for the offseason is always critical in bowl games. This will be my 26th bowl game I've been a part of, whether it was be a coach's kid, a coach, a player, and they're all great when you win, and they're not very fun when you lose. So to me, it's all about winning the game and building momentum, for our program.
This wraps up the Conecuh Sausage Crimson Tide Tailgate Show. I'm Roger Hoover. Conecuh Sausage, made fresh every day in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947. Conecuh is the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide. Get some Conecuh Sausage now for your next Big Bama tailgate. Order online at ConecuhSausage.com. Up next, you'll hear Chris Stewart's exclusive pregame conversation with the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Kalen DeBoer. Today in Tampa, it's the ReliaQuest Bowl between Alabama and Michigan. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Janelle. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the bold flavors. It's very savory, and that golden crispy outside of the sandwich just lets me know that it's going to be so perfectly juicy on the inside.
I'm Sawyer, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the crispy chicken filet. You get the tenderness of the chicken and that zesty pickle. It's savory and tasty. What's not to love? The holidays are all about being together and eating together.
Sandwich and some together time this holiday. Order the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Hey Alabama, celebrate with JMF Solutions. With nearly 2 decades of innovation, JMF proudly announces its $6.3 million award for Alabama's middle mile broadband projects. But wait, there's more. Introducing Prestige HealthNet, revolutionizing hospital IT services. Prestige brings professional solutions to rural hospitals, saving costs and elevating healthcare standards. Visit PrestigeHealthNet.com or call 251-517-4411 to learn more. JMF Solutions and Prestige HealthNet, building a brighter future for Alabama together.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Atmore, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Atmore. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
From Bart and Joe Willie to Mac and Tua, this is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Roll Tide fans, this is Roger Hoover. Join me and former Alabama linebacker Corey Reamer each Monday night at 6 p.m. for Crimson Tide Rewind, presented by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Live from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Vestavia Hills, we'll rewind the last Bama game, plus take your calls, and look ahead to next Saturday for the Tide and the rest of the SEC. Crimson Tide Rewind, each Monday at 6 p.m. across the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
This is Christian Miller for the Good Feet Store. I know from playing football at Alabama and in the NFL that if you have foot, knee, hip, or back pain, it can be a huge challenge. The Good Feet Store is designed to personally fit you with arch supports that alleviate and even eliminate your pain altogether. Try them before you buy them. They're in your free, no obligation, personalized fitting, and you can wear them home the same day. So if you're looking to improve your game, the Good Feet Store has you covered. Stop in for a free, personalized fitting today. Roll to victory at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com. Roll Tide.
This has been the Conecuh Sausage Crimson Tide Tailgate Show. Conecuh Sausage, made fresh in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947, and now the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide. Alabama football is also brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. And by Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's to score superior protection from pests and termites. Coming up, Chris Stewart sits down with Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer. All part of exclusive game day coverage of Alabama football on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Atmore, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Atmore. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live booth camp presented by Yay Alabama. Episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus replays of Crimson Tide Rewind. Our YouTube Shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes and coaches that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Exclusive coverage of Alabama football game day continues. Now, Chris Stewart sits down with head coach Kalen DeBoer. Presented by CBNS Bank. Bank anywhere at any time with CBNS Bank's digital solutions. Managing your finances has never been so easy.
Chris Stewart back with you in Tampa. Time for our pregame visit with head coach Kalen DeBoer. It's presented by CBNS Bank. Bank anywhere at any time with CBNS Bank's digital solutions. Managing your finances has never been so easy. Coach, this is a reward for your players. I know bowl season is different from way it used to be perceived. It is a reward for a very good season, even though I know there was a lot of disappointment over the fact that you're not part of the playoff. But how have your guys reacted and gone from the transition of disappointment of not being in the playoff to the excitement of getting an opportunity to play in a great destination and a very familiar opponent?
Yeah, I think it's life, right? It's just, there's nothing you can do about it other than move on and deal with what you have in front of you. And so, there's that balance of just being really disappointed, upset, whatever, each guy goes through with, the not making the playoffs, but also just moving forward and being better because of it, whether it's individually or collectively as a whole team, just making the most of every day, most of every opportunity. And I guess that's what these guys have done a really good job of is, understand the situation and the circumstances and moving forward, enjoying every moment they can, helping grow the program, whether it's young guys that, see the future and want to keep it moving in the right direction, or older guys that want to leave their final mark here as they finish off, whether it's a senior year or maybe their last game with entering the NFL draft.
It's very unusual. This is the same opponent that both Alabama faced to end their season and that you faced, obviously, to end yours. And yet their roster doesn't look that much similar, does it, Coach, to a year ago? How much help, if any, is filmed from a year ago in terms of preparing for this game, whether you're talking about your own film or the Alabama Rose Bowl film against Michigan?
Yeah, I think there's some cut-ups and things you maybe take a glance at from last year. But really, it's completely different. Styles are different, for us and them, offensively, defensively. There's a lot of just differences for both us and them. So not a lot of carryover. There's still I think the foundational, or fundamental, just like concepts that, they hang their hat on both sides of the ball. But, again, a lot of changes both in the personnel and the scheme.
How similar is your roster going to be from what it was against Auburn in your regular season finale? I know that that's in the past not a question that's asked very often, but now with the portal and with all the things that can happen in the college game right now, how much of a change was there from the end of the regular season to now?
Yeah, I think, there's probably one starter, defensively. I guess some other guys that had some, number of snaps that they would play each and every game. But between that and just, maybe a few guys that just still working through dings, at the end of the year, really that's the only differences between what you saw, in the Iron Bowl versus what we have now. So that's a benefit. And that's, something I think some of our guys, have taken advantage of is, more reps and, less numbers allowed for more opportunities in practice. And there's definitely some young guys who have taken advantage of that.
This is a different type trip for these guys. It is a bowl trip. It's a bowl experience with a lot of things surrounding it that are fun and supposed to be a reward and are. How have they managed that, though? Because I know it's still, at the heart of it, a business trip.
Yeah, our leaders have done a phenomenal job. The guys that see this as probably their last game, and then some of those others that just understand what we need to do here, and how the preparation has to be to get what you want to accomplish done. The way they've gone about the work has been just really impressive to me, and I'm proud of these guys. I really am, because it's been probably one of the smoothest bowls that I've ever been a part of, as far as just how the guys operate, what it looks like in practice, getting to meetings and all the activities, and getting back to the hotel, after an activity, in the afternoon, evening, whatever it is, they just are on point. There's a maturity, there's just a leadership piece that exists, that you want and that you need to have a great football team, a great program. And, that starts with our coaches just setting the culture, our leaders setting the culture from a player standpoint. So that's something that's been really enjoyable to see.
And finally, Coach, biggest concern that Michigan presents in the ball game today?
Well, they're coming off a game where they just played a complete game all around, controlled the game, controlled the ball. There's certainly some things that I think they'll take from the Ohio State win and try to apply it to us. There's going to be other things they see from our games too that they'll try to utilize to their advantage. But they just really controlled the ball. They got the turnovers when they needed, but they melted the clock down, shortened the game, played really physical on both sides. They are extremely good against the run. Something that I think, where it starts for us is with the run game. So, there's some things where, we'll each be butting heads against each other with, us trying to accomplish the things we want to do and have explosive plays, but them being able to minimize that. And they just do a good job of putting their offense ahead of the chains in favorable down and distances to where they're third and short, fourth and short a lot. And they will go for it there. They'll mix in some trick plays to try to get some explosives. And then defensively, just to really try to be stout and try to keep everything in front of them and make you earn it.
Coach, thank you for the time and good luck today.
Yeah, thank you. And just wishing everyone out there a Happy New Year out there. Appreciate everyone with the Crimson Tide fan base, and looking forward to a great game.
Coach, thank you again so much. Coach Kalen DeBoer with us in our conversation presented by CB&S Bank. We're back with more in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Get power to spare with a Honda generator for the ultimate tailgate experience. Honda gives you economical, portable power when and where it's needed most. It's perfect for powering a TV, crock pot, blender, or a variety of other party favors. And best of all, these gasoline-powered generators all have easy-starting, dependable Honda engines. We'll get the party started and keep it going. Get turned on to a reliable Honda generator. It's perfect for the ultimate tailgate experience.
You are the co-pilot. You go by many names, and Marathon knows how important you are to your team. You are the carpool driver, the assistant coach, keeper of the shoulder pads, the knee pads, and the helmets. The back of your car looks like a sporting goods store. You are the top dog at the tailgate. The ride there, the ride home, and in between, you are the biggest fan. This season and every season, Marathon is proud to fuel you and your team because we're driven together.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. You could say we know a thing or two about tradition. We've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Being a team player is part of our culture. That's why at CB&S Bank, we're proud to sponsor the University of Alabama Athletics and prouder to take the field or court with you. Visit cbsbank.com today. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The home of Bear and Saban. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Head Coach and the DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
The Lilly Company is your local supplier for Toyota and Clark Industrial forklift trucks. With 6 locations in Alabama, the Lilly Company offers new, used, and rental equipment, as well as being an authorized parts and service dealer. More than just lift trucks, the Lilly Company is your one-stop shop when it comes to equipping your business or warehouse with the latest and most innovative material handling products and time-saving solutions. Check us out at LillyForklifts.com, proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Live from the Learfield Network Studios, this is the College Scoreboard.
And a pleasant good morning, my friends, across the great state of Alabama and the southeastern United States. I'm Brian Houseworth, live in studio here at 10:20. This is your Alabama Power Scoreboard update with the latest scores from the SEC and around the nation. Alabama Power's Power for a Better Alabama. ReliaQuest Bowl will be starting off here in about 40 or so minutes. Number 11, Alabama and Michigan. SEC right now, folks, coming into the game. We've got 3 SEC teams playing separately today, 5-3 in bowl games so far. One of those 5 victors, number 19, Missouri. They hold on, beat Iowa in a thriller yesterday. Trans-Perfect Music City Bowl in Nashville, 27-24. Brady Cook, 287 yards to the air from Mizzou, 2 touchdowns.
Cook takes the snap, looking to his left, fires into the end zone, caught by Theo-East, back to the end zone for a Missouri touchdown.
That's how it sounded on Learfield. Mike Kelly there on the call. Gasparilla Bowl, Florida pounding Tulane 33-8. Florida using a 449-pound running back in the backfield. You heard me correctly, 449 pounds. Desmond Watson, he also blocked incredible. Gators win it 33-8. DJ Lagway, 22 of 35, 305 yards, a big Gator score.
First and goal at the 7. Lagway fakes the handoff, rolls right, throws right side, caught Livingston, and he turns on in. Touchdown, Gators.
Sean Kelly there with a call from Learfield. Arkansas beating Texas Tech 39-26 Liberty Bowl. It was Diego Pavia in Vandy beating Georgia Tech 35-27 Birmingham Bowl. USC over A&M 35-31 in the Las Vegas Bowl, and Navy beats Oklahoma 21-20. That was in the Armed Forces Bowl. Coming up in a little bit, South Carolina, Illinois Citrus Bowl. Baylor LSU coming up today in the Texas Bowl. Coming up next, it's the Everwood Countdown to Kickoff. Everwood, the official treated lumber of Alabama Athletics. I'm Brian Houseworth, live in studio. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Bob Baumhauer here. Are you out of ideas for those stocking stuffers? Our selection of delicious signature sauces make great stocking stuffers for that chef of the house. Kick up your favorite holiday dish with our legendary hot sauce. If you enjoy our char-grilled black and white chicken, then grab a bottle of our fabulous legendary white barbecue sauce. Would you like to have a Bam Bam shrimp on your holiday menu? That's easy. Just pick up a bottle of Baumhauer's Thai sweet chili sauce. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Atmore, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Atmore. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Listen closely. Hear those bubbles? That mouth-watering waterfall? Delicious. Ice cold. And zero sugar. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Hi, this is Coach DeBoer. Tackle game day with the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Roll Tide.
This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Sports not only bring us together, they inspire us on our own health journeys. Whether we're walking an extra lap, crushing a new goal, or spending time with friends cheering in the stands, we all win when we feel healthier and happier. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama is a proud sponsor of athletic programs across the state. Because a healthier Alabama is a happier Alabama. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters.
Get power to spare with a Honda generator for the ultimate tailgate experience. Honda gives you economical, portable power when and where it's needed most. It's perfect for powering a TV, crock pot, blender, or a variety of other party favors. And best of all, these gasoline-powered generators all have easy-starting, dependable Honda engines. We'll get the party started and keep it going. Get turned on to a reliable Honda generator. It's perfect for the ultimate tailgate experience.
Looking for Williams, comes back, makes a catch, trying to split defenders, makes them bang into each other, stays on his feet, breaks a tackle, scores! Ryan Williams, one play, 75 yards. Let's get out of here. Alabama, 41, Georgia, 34.
Exclusive coverage of the ReliaQuest Bowl continues. Welcome to the Everwood Countdown to Kickoff Show. Everwood, the official treated lumber of Alabama athletics. Wood treated right. Alabama football is also brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Order online with the Chick-fil-A app to cater your next tailgate party. And by Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide.
Welcome, everybody, to Tampa, Florida, the ReliaQuest Bowl. Alabama and Michigan, two of the great names in the history of college football, squaring off in this postseason matchup. Two teams that faced each other at the end of last college football season, almost the end of the season. The Rose Bowl is where the Tide and the Wolverines met. With Michigan's win, of course, they advanced to take on Washington for the national championship, where they faced then Huskies head coach, now the Bama head man, Kalen DeBoer. Washington wins it all. Their head coach moves on to the NFL. Washington's head coach moves to Tuscaloosa, and here we are. Tyler Watts, not where either team had hoped to be, but it's a heck of a bowl game. It's a heck of a venue. Maybe not the best weather day, but still, we're in golf shirts in January, end of December. Not bad.
Not bad at all. And it's an opportunity for you to go out on a winning note, which is what both these ball clubs obviously are hoping to accomplish here today. A lot to play for both Michigan and the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Great to be here for the Everwood Countdown to Kickoff. Everwood's the official treated lumber of Alabama Athletics. Everwood, wood treated right. Let's get into the scouting report. It's brought to us by Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Do you love Baumhauer's chili? Well, you're in luck. Baumhauer's Victory Grill now serving special dishes served with their signature Bob Baumhauer's homemade chili, including chili cheese nachos, a char-grilled chili cheese potato stack, and loaded chili cheese fries. Baumhauer's legendary fun, legendary food. Tyler, what would you look for as far as a scout today for the Crimson Tide in this one?
Well, for the Crimson Tide, I think what you're wanting to do is just to be physical up front on both sides of the football. Michigan is extremely physical. They want to play that style of brand. Control the line of scrimmage is going to be extremely important. This is a team that has gotten better throughout the course of the season and really found their stride in that upset victory over Ohio State here a couple of weeks ago. So Alabama is going to have to come out and make sure that they're mentally focused on the job at hand and they're physical along both sides of the football.
The Star to Watch is presented by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore SEToyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. Tyler, give us some stars to watch in this one.
Well, I think today everyone wants to see Jalen Mbakwe. What role does he have on the field for Alabama here today? They're probably going to play him at the wide receiver position. He's changed from number 9 to number 6. So what impact does he have? You know, Alabama had a lot of exits in the transfer portal at the wide receiver position and in the defensive backfield due to injuries. So Jalen Mbakwe filling in that role, he has an opportunity to be an impact player today.
He's not even listed as on the depth chart defensively, but he is listed as the backup to Rico Scott, who'll get the start today for the Crimson Tide as one of 5 receivers on the depth chart. Rico listed as the starter at the H wide receiver, and then the backup at the Z to Jeremy Bernard. We'll give you the full Bama starting lineups in our next segment that are presented by Toyota. But yes, Jalen Mbakwe out of Clay Chalkville High School in the Birmingham area, an outstanding player. Had flirted with going into the transfer portal, but decided to stay at the University of Alabama, but transitioning to the other side of the football, going from secondary, as Tyler told you, to the wide receiver slot. And that is likely to be a spot where we will see him going forward in an Alabama uniform as well. When we come back, we will have those Toyota starting lineups and continue to count down to kickoff. Alabama and Michigan here in Tampa on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Firing downfield, has a man, catch is made, touchdown Alabama.
See the call as we make the call. Watch the booth cam presented by Yay Alabama for each and every Alabama football game. Streaming live on all CTSN social media platforms, you can get a front row seat to every touchdown and every great play reaction from Chris Stewart, Tyler Watts, and the entire Alabama radio crew. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X at UA_CTSN.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Atmore, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Atmore. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
A gift this good takes a while to unwrap. Get your best gift ever during the Toyotathon sales event before it's too late. Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4 LE Hybrid for $369 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through January 6, 2025. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. 3668 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
The Lilly Company is your local supplier for Toyota and Clark Industrial Forklift Trucks. With 6 locations in Alabama, the Lilly Company offers new, used, and rental equipment, as well as being an authorized parts and service dealer. More than just lift trucks, the Lilly Company is your one-stop shop when it comes to equipping your business or warehouse with the latest and most innovative material handling products and time-saving solutions. Check us out at LillyForklifts.com, proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Gear up for game day with a hearty win from Jack's. Score big with our hand-breaded chicken fingers and mouth-watering fried chicken, served with scratch-made biscuits and a spread of tasty sides. Jack's Catering is perfect for feeding the whole crew while you cheer on your team. Whether it's a game watch or a gathering with your family, we've got the flavors that everyone loves. Visit us at eatatjacks.com or download the Jack's app to start your catering order today. Jack's, all about the South.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
The ReliaQuest Bowl here in Tampa. It's where the Crimson Tide of Alabama and the Michigan Wolverines will wrap up the 2024 calendar and season as well for the two squads. Alabama trying to pick up another 10-win season, a victory, giving the Tide the 10-win mark, which would put Kalen DeBoer in that same category with every coach since Coach Bryant that returned to the university, or when he came back to the University of Alabama. Every coach since then has had at least one 10-win season. Tyler Watts, I know that's not the target to hit if you're a head football coach at the University of Alabama, but nonetheless an amazing streak when you think about it. There are statues built for you if you hit 10 wins at most programs around America. At the University of Alabama, they say, well, maybe we'll have a good season next year.
Well, and I tell you, I mean, that really is a high standard. People often forget exactly how hard it is to win at this level, because there's great coaches and great players across the country at every single team. So to consistently, it shows the health of your program, the desire you have to continue to win, and it is still an accomplishment that a lot of programs cannot hang their hat on.
It's not, and bowl games even are something that a lot of them are not able to hang their hats on this year. Certainly in Alabama, disappointed they're not in the playoff, but a great destination nonetheless, and facing a team that I'm sure they're pretty excited about. Again, I know when the announcement came out, nobody from the Alabama standpoint was excited to be left out of the playoff, but the closer you get to it, and then once they arrived in Tampa, great place to be, great bowl history and tradition here, a great venue and a great matchup with the Wolverines.
And as you mentioned earlier, this probably was not discussed, but hopefully everyone at least thought about this, the fact that this is the Michigan team that knocks you out of an opportunity to play for a national championship last year if you're a player. And if you're Coach DeBoer and his coaching staff, this is a team that did beat you in the national championship. So an opportunity for a little bit of payback. Although it doesn't mean as much as you would have hoped for, you still want to go out and kind of redeem yourself.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. They're presented by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore SE Toyota today. Explore SEToyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. We start with the Crimson Tide of Alabama, and we'll begin with the defense at the Bandit. LT Overton listed as the starter here for the Crimson Tide. Again, a lot of things will look different defensively for Alabama in this one, and Bandit would be included in that, but LT listed as the starter here with Jordan Renaud behind him, and then also on the front you've got the nose tackle Tim Keenan III, and also Tim Smith at defensive tackle.
And there's nothing fancy about what Michigan likes to do. So this defensive front is going to have to play a physical style of football for 4 solid quarters. It'll be the most physical game they've played all season long.
Quay Russaw at the Wolf position. Then you've got the Stinger, Justin Jefferson, and another linebacker, Jihad Campbell, fighting through injury ready to go for the Crimson Tide in this one.
Jihad's been a leader all season long, leading tackler on this defensive unit. And Justin Jefferson, a couple of weeks off. He really struggled throughout the course of the season to stay healthy. Couple weeks off now. How healthy is he, and what kind of impact does he make?
Malachi Moore, not in uniform. Malachi is with his team here in Tampa. Saw him last night, and again, wanting to finish it out with the team, even though physically not able to do so, undergoing surgery to get himself ready. He's been battling injury throughout the year and just couldn't go anymore. But the defense will have to pick things up in his absence. You'll have either Deshaun Jones or Red Morgan at the Husky. The strong safety will be Xavier Mincy. You've got Bray Hubbard at free safety again with the corners, Damani Jackson and Xavier Brown.
We talked about how interchangeable all of these guys in the defensive secondary are throughout the course of the season. Now all the reps that they were getting in the first couple of months of the season are going to pay off as you got guys shuffling it around. I'm excited to see Xavier Mincy at strong safety. Does Matt King get an opportunity to contribute? And Deshaun Jones also has played a good bit. Now he's going to have a bigger role today.
Looking at Michigan's offense, Samaj Morgan at one wide out. You've also got on the left side of the line Jeff Percy, the left guard Josh Preeb, and the center Greg Crippen. At right guard, Giovanni El Hadai, and then Evan Link at right tackle, and the tight end Marlon Klein and Hogan Hansen listed behind him. Here's what you really need to know about things offensively for Michigan. The starters, there's no backup listed behind them except at right tackle and tight end.
This is what we got.
There's no depth.
Yeah, this is what we got. And I think that they're okay with that. They know that they're going to run the football. They try to create numbers by pulling guard centers and offside tackles. You'll see a lot of split zones with the tight ends. This is a Michigan offense that, although it has changed and evolved from last season, still likes to do some of the same concepts.
You're going to have on the offense, Max Bredesen. You've got at wideout Frederick Moore and also Peyton O'Leary. The quarterback is Davis Warren. And then in the backfield, they list Benjamin Hall or Jordan Marshall. But there's also an option there at running back in Micah Ka'apana, who will be available for them as well. A freshman that they feel like a year from now could be absolutely outstanding, and the same with Jordan Marshall as well.
And these are three running backs that are excited about the opportunity. Of course, with Kael Mullins leaving, as well as Donovan Edwards, their two starting running backs not participating today. These younger guys are getting an opportunity to show what they can do.
So that's your offense for Michigan. Offensively for the Crimson Tide of Alabama, again, a lot of things up in the air, but Caden Proctor is going to try to give it a go today at left tackle with Tyler Booker at left guard, Parker Brailsford at center, Jaden Roberts again at right guard, and Elijah Pritchett listed as the starter at right tackle along the offensive front, which has had its ups and downs this year.
When this offensive line, though, has played physical up front, it has made Alabama extremely difficult to stop on the offensive side when they're able to run the ball between the tackles and then use Jalen Milroe off of that run, successful run up the middle.
They list C.J. Dupree and Robbie Utes as the starters, but we'll see a lot of Josh Cuevas today as well for the Crimson Tide. He has been kind of a hybrid. He's a guy that has some of the skill and speed of the bottom end, I would say, of wide receivers, but he's also big enough and does indeed get listed at that tight end slot. He's a very versatile player.
He's a bad matchup for linebackers and strong safeties, so Alabama loves to split him out, put him in space, knowing that he's going to get those matchups, and he can attack the middle of the field with that big body.
Normally, Danny Lewis listed in the two deep as well, but he's entered the transfer portal. So you've got, again, the three guys there at tight end, but expect them to be a heavy part of the offense today, as they have been throughout a large part of the season for the Crimson Tide. Jalen Milroe getting another start. A lot of conversation that this could be his last in an Alabama uniform, regardless of whether it is or it isn't. He has been an absolute leader in every way for this Alabama offense and the program as a whole.
He was huge in the win versus Auburn with his ability to extend plays with his legs, and he's looking to continue to improve his stock today, so you know that he's going to be ready to play.
Single season and career rushing touchdown leader by an Alabama quarterback as he ran for 33 so far on the year, and hopeful for more today against the Wolverines. In addition to Milroe, he'll have Jam Miller in the backfield, Richard Young, the backup to him as well. Those are both guys that will likely have a lot of rehab and possibly even surgery at some point during the offseason for different ailments, but they're the ones that are going to get the primary bulk of the carries today, especially with Justice Haynes having entered the transfer portal.
Jam Miller has just been a workhorse, especially down the stretch for Alabama. I'm excited to see Richard Young get more opportunities to touch the ball. He's a big physical back that can really make some explosive plays as well. He's been limited on the number of touches he's had because of where he is in the depth chart, but today he's going to get that opportunity to show what he can do.
And again, Alabama's depth at wide receiver, limited to say the least, but I think most programs would trade the talent that Alabama has for depth that they may have at other places when you're talking about Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, and Rico Scott stepping in to get a starting opportunity, but also Jalen Mbakwe making his debut at wide receiver for the Tide, and also expect to see more of Jaron Hamilton today as well.
Yeah, a bunch of guys that we really haven't had an opportunity to look at throughout the course of the season. They're going to get their chance today. This Michigan secondary, they limit what you can do explosively down the field. So the intermediate routes, short routes, turning into yards after catch is going to be pivotal for these wide receivers.
Defensively for Michigan, Derek Moore, Eno Etta, along with Rayshawn Benny and Trey Pierce along the defensive front. And then the linebacking core of TJ Guy, Jayshawn Barham, and Ernest Hausman in the trio of linebackers with Guy, Barham, and Hausman as well.
It's been tough to run the ball between the tackles against this Michigan defense. They're very physical. They have some speed on the edges as well, so they can make it a difficult deal there on third and long. So you have to stay ahead of the chains as always so that you don't play into their game.
The corners are Zeke Berry and Amir Hall. You've got Cody Jones at the nickel with also Brandon Hillman and Quentin Johnson in the secondary as well.
Yeah, a lot of guys have exited going to the NFL draft here for the secondary for Michigan, but younger guys getting that opportunity once again to step up, and now it's their time to play.
Going to be interesting to watch things in the kicking game for the two sides. We'll talk more about that on the other side of the break as we are getting closer and closer to 15 minutes to kickoff, which is presented by Beatbox. And each Beatbox is bursting with delicious flavors, gluten-free, low sugar, and resealable. Look for it in stores across the Southeast for your next tailgate today. This has been the Everwood Countdown to Kickoff. Everwood's the official treated lumber of Alabama athletics. Everwood, wood treated right. When we come back, the kick, Alabama and Michigan at the ReliaQuest Bowl in Tampa, right here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This has been the Everwood Countdown to Kickoff Show. Everwood, the official treated lumber of Alabama athletics. Wood treated right. Alabama football is also brought to you by Guthrie's, the original chicken finger restaurant, and now an official partner of the Crimson Tide. Here we go. It's the ReliaQuest Bowl, live from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Coming up next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Atmore, Because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Windcreek Atmore. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Cole Adams. And I'm Jeremy Bernard. We are all excited to enjoy the energy of Bryant-Denny Stadium this fall, but viruses that cause respiratory diseases are still prevalent in our communities.
Vaccination against these viruses is very important for everyone, and especially for those who are at a higher risk of developing serious complications, including older Americans and those with certain medical conditions.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today.
Stay safe and roll Tide.
Don't let a bulky glass bottle hold you back from celebrating the Crimson Tide's roll toward another championship season. For the first time ever, the Go Anywhere, Do Anything premium wine, Copa Divino, and new proud sponsor of Alabama Athletics, is available at Bryant-Denny Stadium as well as a retailer near you. Copa is the unbreakable single cup of wine, and its spill-resistant resealable top is perfect for your watch party, tailgate, backyard barbecue, or away game road trips, no matter how wild. With 7 different wines to choose from, there's a Copa Divino just for you and all of your rowdy friends.
Domino's delivers game days across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned and operated in Tuscaloosa for over 30 years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama football and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round and enter our weekly Drive for Dough contest this football season. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks from Domino's and Roll Tide.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
So here we are, under a bright, warm Florida sun for college football's postseason. All in all, not a bad way to ring in the new year, but not exactly the postseason any of us had in mind. Frankly, the same statement applies to the other sideline as well. Alabama and Michigan, 2 proud programs. In fact, the 2 all-time winningest programs in college football. Neither of them where they want to be. Or for that matter, where they were just 1 year ago when the Tide faced the Wolverines for a shot at a national championship.
Keep us out. I dare you.
In the rapidly changing world of college football, one phrase comes to mind. That was then, this is now. So collectively, for all of us, it's time to turn the page and say goodbye to a great group of seniors and others departing. But always, as Bama fans, looking forward, believing in the inevitable. Great moments to come.
Snap going to Milroe. Looking deep downfield. Looking for Williams. Comes back, makes the catch. Trying to split defenders. Makes them bang into each other. Stays on his feet. Breaks a tackle. Scores! 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 Ryan Williams. One play. 75 yards. 4 plus 2 equals 6. And Alabama.
And then Micah Capana, he's lightning in a bottle. And all those guys are young, along with Bryson Cudsdale, who's a walk-on, but we feel like he's got the ability to play really well. So, it's going to be fun.
Here we go. It's time for Alabama Crimson Tide football on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Here we go! Crimson Tide football is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Allstate, you're in good hands. Bud Light, proud sponsor of Alabama Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Cadence Bank, your team, your cadence. Chick-fil-A, order online with the Chick-fil-A app to cater your next tailgate party. Guthrie's, the original chicken finger restaurant, and now an official partner of the Crimson Tide. Ford, visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. And by Toyota, visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota, let's go places. Let's go! The Crimson Tide, the Wolverines. It's the ReliaQuest Bowl, live from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Now, here's the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
Overcast day in Tampa, Florida, but still a great setting for the ReliaQuest Bowl as Alabama takes on Michigan, the Tide, and the Wolverines, ending 2024 the way they started it, facing off against each other, but we hope with a very different result. Along with Tyler Watts, Roger Hoover, Tom Stipe, Butch Owens, our Vice President, General Manager of the Crimson Tide Sports Network, Jim Carabin, and our studio host, Jerry Kelly. I'm Chris Stewart. So glad to have you with us as we wrap up this 2024 season with the Crimson Tide hoping to finish strong. They did so in the regular season with a victory over Auburn, trying to do so in the postseason here in Tampa against the Wolverines. And in the process, Tyler Watts gained a little more momentum heading towards the spring and obviously 2025 as well.
Yeah, we'll also have an opportunity for a couple of impact players to really start contributing as they'll be leaned on next season to really influence the success of this Alabama football team.
Among those, Jalen Mbakwe, who, if you didn't join us any sooner, is now a wide receiver for the Crimson Tide. A chance you could see him at some point in the secondary, but he is basically full-time now at the wideout slot for Coach Kalen DeBoer, and excited to see what that looks like. Something he did very successfully as one of the top players in Alabama high school football while playing for the Clay Chalkville Cougars.
He was so good. I remember watching him on TV where it wasn't single-handedly, but boy, did he make a bunch of plays for the success that he had his senior year, and that was with the ball in his hands. So it's going to be awesome to have him on the offensive side. It's one more weapon, and you think about the pressure that potentially could either take away or give him an opportunity to have when you have the trio of he and Williams and Bernard.
And Rico Scott getting an opportunity to start in this one at wideout for the Crimson Tide, the freshman out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The only issue, depth, obviously. There's great talent, but it's young talent at wide receiver for Alabama. That's today in the regular season finale for 2024. It'll be the case next year in 2025 as well to start the season.
The only thing is you're not coming out of 7-on-7 drills in the summer, and this is the first game of the year. These guys have been practicing all season long. You're not a freshman anymore. You have experience with reps in practice and in scrimmages, so you should be ready to go.
Let's turn it over to the public address here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, getting ready for our national anthem.
Air Force Base is responsible for defending and promoting U.S. interests in the Middle East, Central, and South Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we honor America and those who protect it with our national anthem. Performing the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Florida State University graduate Sean Christopher Stork. Sean, a lyric baritone, has performed with companies and symphonic orchestras around the country. He can be seen with Straz Center's Opera Tampa in the 2025 productions of Candide and La Boheme.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Nailed every note, most of the words. A beautiful rendition of our national anthem here at Raymond James Stadium as the Crimson Tide get set to take on the Michigan Wolverines. Tyler Whites, again, we've talked about it. It's not the destination that either side, especially Alabama, had anticipated, planned on. In Alabama as late as mid-November. But the reality is you get to this game, you get out on that field, you're wearing an Alabama uniform, and you see Michigan on the other side. There's no way these two sides aren't excited as they're getting ready to come out of their respective tunnels.
I mean, all you can really think about is what Coach Saban used to always preach. Be where your feet are. You're here today. This game does matter. It ought to matter to you. Anytime you have an opportunity to go out and compete and play against an opponent, regardless of what their winning record is, play, for, if nothing else, against that uniform that's lining up against you and know that it means a lot.
When Alabama has had its issues, they have helped the other side, be it turnovers, penalties, or a combination thereof. Besides that, what do you look for Alabama? What does the Tide need to do to be successful in this one today?
What every team that has played Michigan that has won has had success, and that is creating turnovers. When Michigan loses, it's because they put the ball on the turf. They are susceptible to fumbles. You have to have a way of creating short field position. This is not a team that's going to give up a lot of explosive plays, regardless of who is playing in the secondary. They're going to make you earn things, and they want to grind this sucker out. So you got to be physical, create some turnovers, try to find some explosive plays, even if it's after a short catch turned into a big gain. But those are the ways that you're going to beat this Michigan team.
Wolverines will be considered the home team in this one, wearing the blue uniform along with Mays. Yep, I know it's navy and yellow, but man, that's a great description for their unis that they come up with. And in fact, the Wolverines make their way out of the tunnel to our right. Coach Sharon Moore, in his first year as head coach, replacing Jim Harbaugh, leading the Wolverines out of the Big Ten. In the tunnel to our right. They don't have to travel very far from the tunnel to their sideline. It's on the near side of the field. In just a moment, we'll see Kalen DeBoer lead the Crimson Tide wearing those great-looking white uniforms with the iconic crimson helmets. From the tunnel to our left, they'll go across the field to the Bama sideline. We're a few thousand shy of capacity here, but a good crowd on a bad weather day here in Tampa. And I say that for Tampa, it's a bad day. There's not extreme heat, about 78 degrees. We've also got 76 degrees, as Butch updates me. There is expected to be some rain at some point in the half hour, but our Vector Security Champions Lane field conditions in Vector Security. I'd like to thank all Bama fans who visited Champions Lane prior to each home game this year, and proud to host chart-topping country music artists like Lauren Elena and Easton Corbin, as well as pregame or during our pregame broadcast. We also look forward to welcoming you to the best pregame tailgate in all of college football again next season. Visit championslane.com for updates during the offseason. Vector Security, a proud partner of the Crimson Tide, which makes its way onto the field here at Raymond James Stadium. As the $1 Million Band plays, we pause 10 seconds so our local stations can identify themselves to you. Welcome to the Crimson Tide Sports Network. just about set to get things going from here in Tampa. In a moment, we'll have our kickoff presented by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. The captains making their way out to midfield. Our man, Damian Square, is out there, our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter. D Square, good morning. For those listening back in Alabama, good afternoon here in Tampa.
Good morning, man. What's up? It's a great day down here, man, right before the storm.
Right before the storm. We'll get you a rain jacket as the captains are heading out.
I did not come prepared, so I will need that.
You did not come prepared. We will try to look out for you as best we can. Deontay Lawson right there to your left on crutches, unfortunately not able to go. The same with Malachi Moore. Boy, you know, half your captains in street clothes, but also, as usual for the Tide, Tyler Booker and also quarterback Jalen Milroe.
Michigan. Alabama, you are the visiting team, and we'll call the toss. The side with the helmets is heads. The sides with the bowl logo is tails. What is your choice? Tails. Tails is the call. Joining us for the coin toss is the ReliaQuest CEO, Brian Murphy, and his family. Mr. Murphy will toss the coin for us. It is heads. Michigan, you've won the toss. You want to defer. That means you want the ball, correct? Which way do you want to kick? Perfect. Michigan has won the toss and elected to defer. Alabama will receive. Gentlemen, have a great game.
Those instructions given by our lead referee, Tudashinda Salam. We'll call him throughout the broadcast, or Mr. Salam is going to be more like it. Hopefully we don't have to identify him very much. We heard from D Square. We'll hear more from our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter in just a moment. The coin toss was brought to us by Barkley GMC, the best place to buy a vehicle in Tuscaloosa and proud sponsors of the Crimson Tide. Visit barkleygmc.com today. Barkley makes it easy. D Square getting ready for this one, I imagine, was pretty easy as well as the Tide and the Wolverines get ready to battle.
Oh, yeah, man, this is big for these guys, man. You can feel the energy on the sideline, man. This is not just another game for these guys. These guys definitely want to run off 10 wins this year for this team and this coaching staff. So this is important, a big, important game for these guys today.
Had a little rain about an hour ago here in the stadium, but dry at the moment, even though we've got clouds looming. A pretty good turf here at Raymond James Stadium, ready to go as Jalen Mbakwe and Rico Scott are the deep men getting ready for the kickoff. Coming from Dominic Zavada. Zavada's kick, a low line drive screamer that's going to go out of bounds in the field of play. And so Bama will get a break right out of the gate.
Place at the 35-yard line, first down.
As we heard Mr. Salam tell us that the Tide will get it 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. And again, with Michigan winning the toss and deferring to the second half, Bama will have it. 2 hour left. Driving to the end zone, 2 hour right. Operating from their own 35-yard line. Caden Proctor is indeed in at left tackle for the Crimson Tide. Again, he has been playing through injury and pain all year. Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, and tight end C.J. Dupree initially split wide left. Now Dupree comes into the right side. Bama will throw on first down. They will sling it to the near side, and it is caught by Jam Miller out of the backfield, but he fell bringing that one in. A pass that was a little bit low. It's a gain of a couple. Bama probably has more if they hit him in stride. Instead, Milroe's pass a little low, but a completion nonetheless, and a gain of 2 as Miller goes in motion, leaving an empty backfield for Milroe. 3 wides left, 2 right. Looking down the middle, Milroe fires complete to Bernard. Catch made near midfield. They'll bring him down at the 49. That's enough for the first down of the game. It's brought to you by ATIX. Let ATIX be your ticket connection to all the Alabama football games. ATIX is the ticket. A gain of 11 for the Tide there as Bama will have it 1st and 10. Keeping it himself, Milroe on the receiver fake reverse. to Bernard, and I say fake reverse, actually just reverse receiver in motion to the left side, faked it to him, kept it, and doesn't pick up any yardage.
Yeah, Barham and Halsman, the linebackers from Michigan, actually did a really nice job of going down the line of scrimmage and plugging up the backside hole that Jalen Milroe was trying to cut back on.
So no gain, 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Crimson Tide, operating from just shy of the midfield stripe. Miller in the backfield with everybody bunched into the left side. They'll hand it off to Jam. He'll work to that left side where they had a numbers advantage, but unfortunately only picked up about 3.5 yards on that play at best. It'll bring up a 3rd down and long for the Crimson Tide. They do get into Michigan territory at the 48.
You're trying to make this a manageable 3rd and or 4th down because you're probably going to go for it if you can make this a 4th and 2, 4th and 3 scenario with where you are on the field.
Rico Scott checking in. He'll be one of 2 men split wide left along with Ryan Williams. It's Bernard and the tight end C.J. Dupree, who's in the slot to the right side of the formation. Jam in the backfield to the right of Milroe. Jalen looks to the sideline. Will take a step toward the line of scrimmage to get the signal. Play clock's down to 2. We snap it in time. Milroe looking with time. Brings it down. Now wants to run. Stretches forward inside the 45, or right at the 45 is where they will spot him. It'll be 4th and 4 right around the 45, and decision time upcoming for Kalen DeBoer. Do you go for it, or do you try to pin him with a punt? It looks like Bama's going to go for it here from just across midfield. And again, is
try to draw them off sides, maybe?
Perhaps. Tom Stipe in our ear, our producer, saying, hey, why not? It is a bowl game. Let's roll the dice, perhaps, and see what happens. Trips left. Bunch together. Bama is going to go for it. The snap to Milroe. Pressure coming in on him, and he's going to go down back at the 44-yard line of the Crimson Tide. And so Michigan's defense not only stops the 4th down conversion attempt, but they'll take over in Bama territory at the Tide 44.
Well, and they only brought 4, so they're able to get into the backfield with just a bull rush across the front with 4 men and collapse the pocket. There was nowhere for Jalen Milroe to throw the ball or escape the pocket.
D-Square, what'd you see?
Yeah, man, I saw the offensive tackle Pritchard. He got on skates and he really couldn't get his foot planted in the ground. I don't know if it's because of the surface or just because A was a madman on that play, but he couldn't get his footing and he couldn't protect the quarterback.
Crimson Tide on the defensive right now. As the Wolverines will run it to the right side, and they will pick up 4, maybe 5 yards on that 1st down play. As Jordan Marshall gets the carry, the freshman out of Chester, Ohio. Tyler, they feel like a year from now, this could be a young man that they're talking about on the Doak Walker list. That's how much regard they have for him.
Yeah, they're excited about these 2 young running backs. They're going to get an opportunity to play today, and a lot of they're going to use that tight end as a lead blocker. You're going to see a lot of Jordan Marshall and Ben Hall.
So on 2nd down and 6, we'll call it. They'll run it to the left side of the formation. And again, it's Marshall. And not much running room there. Maybe a half yard before he gets stacked up. So it'll be 3rd and long upcoming for the Wolverines.
So we really have to be mindful of the tight ends for Michigan. Marlon Klein, Hogan Henson.
Third and 6. They've got to get to the Alabama 34. They're operating right at the 40-yard line. With time, stepping up in the pocket, sheds 1 tackler, does Warren. Now scrambling, throwing. He's got a man. The catch is made inbounds, and that'll be a 1st down at the Alabama 30. Hogan Hansen, the tight end, making the grab, and Bama almost got him with LT Overton, but he couldn't hang on and get the sack of the quarterback, Warren.
And that's one where you get both arms around the quarterback in the backfield. You've got to find a way to bring your feet and get him down. And instead, Davis Warren is able to extend the play and find that tight end we were just talking about on the sideline.
So 1st and 10, Wolverines at the Alabama 30-yard line. Warren operating briefly from an empty set, but now he'll have company in the backfield with Marshall. who got the first 2 carries of the game. They'll try to set up a bubble screen and a reverse, throwing it back, and it was almost picked off. In fact, that is going to be, I believe, an incomplete pass. They threw a lateral to the right side as they connected.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete forward pass for 2nd down.
They had a throwback screen to the quarterback. So it was a double pass back to the quarterback. Tim Keenan for Alabama, the only Alabama defender. And because of the pressure at the initial point of attack, that ball was forced out quickly and fell incomplete.
Yeah, it was Kendrick Bell who caught the lateral, in essence, on the bubble screen to the right side and then trying to throw it back. It's a good thing he didn't throw it accurately.
On the field, the 2nd pass was forward is under further review.
Yeah, this could be a big call. It's not a change of possession call, but this could be another 6, 7, 8 yard loss
least, yeah.
if that is indeed ruled a lateral, as rain is falling now at Raymond James Stadium. We knew there was a chance of this today, but only a small chance, and that small chance has arrived, unfortunately. D-Square, how heavy is it right now?
Hey, it's pouring down, man.
That's what I thought.
It's switched up, man. The forecast didn't speak a lot about this type of rain.
Yeah.
And I don't see any breaks in the sky, man. I don't know. We might be in this for a while.
Yeah. It's easy for me to say it doesn't appear to be raining very heavily. I'm under the overhang, and it's going to have to blow sideways pretty dadgum hard before we're going to get wet, partner.
Nah, it's pouring down here, man.
I understand.
It's good rain.
We'll get you. It's good rain. That's what I thought. Timeout on the field. We'll take the break as well. No score here in the first quarter of play. 9:56 to go in the opening quarter in Tampa. The Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got Conecuh sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. Conecuh sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
9:56 left to go in the first quarter. No score between Alabama and Michigan. Crimson Tide fans reminded to stay up to date with all recommended vaccinations. Flu season is here, and COVID-19 continues to affect our community. So don't wait, vaccinate. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM today to learn more about how you can stay up to date on vaccinations. ADPH is proud to support the Crimson Tide. Well, after review, Tyler Watts, it is deemed that Michigan has to move back 13 yards. It'll be 2nd and 23 coming up for the Wolverines.
All the way back to the 43, and why is that so important? You need to have success right here, force Michigan in a 3rd and long, and potentially keep them out of field goal range.
Wolverines will have a 2nd and 23 from the Alabama 43-yard line. And the Crimson Tide went for it on 4th and 4 from the Michigan side of midfield, but a sack by the Wolverines gave them possession to start their drive in Bama territory. After picking up a first down to the 30, they have lost back to the 43. They run it up the middle. They'll break 1 tackle, 2, and Jordan Marshall will get forward to the 35-yard line, setting up 3rd down and 15, actually 17, as they'll spot him back at the 37-yard line.
And this is the money down right here. Quay Rusall doing a good job getting through traffic, making initial contact. So a short gain of only about 6 or 7 on the play. Big play here on 3rd down.
Channing Goodwin is split wide to the right side. Marshall also right, but now he'll shift and come to the backfield to the left side of Warren. Max Bredesen is to the right side of the formation. Now going in motion will be the running back. They'll swing it underneath to the slot receiver, who gets back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe a couple of yards more. That is Bryce Wilcox, who made the grab on pretty well-designed play, but defended even better by Alabama.
That's a quick screen, and they were just able to get the blockers out front. Their wide receivers and tight end did a nice job of getting downfield, and that's all they were trying to do, is set up a manageable field goal opportunity here for Zavadi.
And it will be a 45-yard attempt.
He's pretty good.
He is indeed. Dominic Zavada, transfer from Arkansas State, trying it from the far hash, kicking it left. Snap and spot are good. The kick is through as well. So the Wolverines, really thanks to one first down, were able to get into field goal range, knock it through, and with 8:15 to go in the opening quarter, draw first blood with a 3-0 advantage for Coach Sharon Moore's squad. Timeout on the field. We'll take the break as well. Back to Tampa in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Alabama fans! With 15 stores across Alabama and more on the way, Shoe Station is your family's one-stop shop for the footwear brands you know and love. Head into any Shoe Station store and explore our selection of over 30,000 pairs of shoes from top brands like Nike, Hey Dude, Crocs, and so much more. No matter the occasion, Shoe Station has something for everyone. So why wait? Visit Shoe Station today to find your perfect fit.
This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Hey Bama fans, each Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
Gear up for game day with a hearty win from Jack's. Score big with our hand-breaded chicken fingers and mouth-watering fried chicken, served with scratch-made biscuits and a spread of tasty sides. Jack's Catering is perfect for feeding the whole crew while you cheer on your team. Whether it's a game watch or a gathering with your family, we've got the flavors that everyone loves. Visit us at eatatjacks.com or download the Jack's app to start your catering order today. Jack's, all about the South.
8:15 left to go in this first quarter from Raymond James Stadium. Michigan with a 3-0 lead against Alabama, with the Crimson Tide stopping the Wolverines in that last drive, holding them to just a field goal. That big-time stop by Bama was presented by Truckworks, the official commercial truck dealer of the Crimson Tide, with 17 locations all throughout Alabama, Mississippi, and the Florida Panhandle. And right now, the rain is heavy as it has been here in Tampa. Damian Square, our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter. What's the mood on the sideline between Alabama and Michigan with the rain?
Hey, they trying to make some light of this situation, baby. It's raining sideways, vertical. I don't know what you call this, man, but it's a mess out here. We got on the all-white, so it's definitely a invisible uniform that we have on right now. But we got a few guys just running around, having fun in the rain, man. We'll see what happens, man. Hopefully they can run the football and let this clock tick a little bit.
If you see a dude named Noah, find somebody that looks like you, jump on the boat, my man. He's only taking two of everything, so go.
I'm telling you, man.
Go. All right. So Mbakwe and Rico Scott, we think, are deep for Alabama as the monsoon has hit here in Tampa. And Dominic Zavada, who had the 45-yard field goal a few moments ago. I wish he'd been rated like this when he kicked. He may not have been as successful after kicking it out of bounds the first time. This one does the exact same thing, or does it? Did it get to the inside of the pylon this time?
Just barely.
I believe it did too. Yep, you're right. So a touchback rather than getting it at the 35. And both sidelines try to have a little fun with the weather conditions.
Like a bunch of 6-year-olds playing out in the rain for the first time.
They are. And heck, why not? Why not? Yeah, Tom Stipe says rain football is fun, says the man who is high and dry sitting behind us, as are we here in the booth. Crimson Tide with it, 1st and 10 from their own 25. Jam Miller, Ryan in the backfield, Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard, and Robbie Oots. Ball's on the deck as the snap is bobbled. It pops in the air, a scramble for the loose ball, and I think Michigan got it. A wet football, and I think Milroe may have taken his eye off of it as well.
Ruling on the field as the quarterback did not control the original snap. The ball was recovered by Michigan. First down, Michigan.
Thank you, Captain Obvious, as TJ Guy falls on it for Michigan.
Ball hit him right in the chest. It was went right between his hands, and then as he and Jam Miller dove for it, it literally squirted straight up in the air right into a Michigan player's arms.
So Alabama failing on a 4th down opportunity to end their first drive, giving Michigan a short field that they turn into a field goal, and Alabama fumbles on the first snap and gives it to the Wolverines inside the Bama 20. Defense being called on again, trying to hold the Wolverines to just a field goal. Davis Warren, the quarterback, with Marshall in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. He'll run left and will get stacked up and brought down after a 1-yard gain. LT Overton, the first man to greet him, although Justin Jefferson was in the area and a few other Bama players as well.
Good job of stringing that play out and forcing it to the sideline. These running backs from Michigan are wanting to cut it back into a gap when you over-pursue. That time Alabama did a nice job of staying in the rush lanes and forcing the play to the perimeter so that they could wrap up.
Benjamin Hall in the backfield. Check that. Micah Kuapana in the backfield now. One of 2 men there. They'll go on a reverse, flipping it to the receiver, Frederick Moore, trying to get to the edge, and he gets knocked down. Boy, great job of stringing that play out by Alabama defensively. Jod Campbell over there, and you had a couple other.
Ray Hubbard also coming up from that safety position. A lot of misdirection. And Alabama not fooled. Jod Campbell doing a great job of not only getting to the ball carrier, but not getting inside the backside for a horse collar. His hand started to go inside the shoulder pads, and then he removed it.
Natural grass surface here at Raymond James Stadium, but while it's in good shape, it is a slick surface now, with heavy rain having fallen an hour before kickoff briefly, and a steady rain for a good bit here for the last several minutes, but lightening up a little bit as now the Wolverines will run it right up the gut on 3rd down and 5. It looks like they're going to get 4 yards on that play. Kuapana getting the carry. Actually, Benjamin Hall.
They're going to need a full 2 yards here.
Yeah, it is going to be 4th and 2. You're right. And they're going to go for a field goal. So let's see if they do actually kick it. As once again, we will see their talented place kicker, Dominic Savada, try one from just 30 after making a 45-yarder a few moments ago. Snap and spot are again good, and the kick is good again as well. Look, disappointing to give up points, but a couple of minor victories for the Bama defense, holding Michigan to a total of 6 points. Could have been far worse. Timeout on the field. 5:52 remains in the opening quarter. Wolverines on top of the Tide, 6-0 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea.
And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy. With only simple ingredients, water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar. Or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Atmore, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Atmore. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Christian Miller for the Good Feet Store. I know from playing football at Alabama and in the NFL that if you have foot, knee, hip, or back pain, it can be a huge challenge. The Good Feet Store is designed to personally fit you with arch supports that alleviate and even eliminate your pain altogether. Try them before you buy them. They're in your free, no obligation, personalized fitting, and you can wear them home the same day. So if you're looking to improve your game, the Good Feet Store has you covered. Stop in for a free, personalized fitting today. Roll to victory at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com. Roll Tide.
Pair of field goals for the Wolverines in this first quarter. Michigan leading Alabama by 6-0 score with still 5:52 remaining in quarter number one. Bama fans, no one gets you closer to the game than SiriusXM SEC Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through the regular season into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/SEC Radio 2024. Not as much rain right now at Raymond James Stadium as we go down to our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter Damian Square. And Damian, it's time for the Crimson Tide offense to take care of the football and get moving.
This is really when you have to show poise for Jalen Milroe. You've been in these situations before where you've come out a little sluggish on the offensive side, but you have to have a way to mentally overcome that and put a drive together here. Your defense has bailed you out in essence on what has amounted to 2 turnovers, one by downs and then the fumble that just occurred, and they've only given up 6 points.
Jalen Mbakwe, Rico Scott, the deep man for Alabama, one that finally stays clearly in the field of play and is returnable for Mbakwe. A little late, though, in bringing it out. He's only going to get to the 15. Some hesitation there on Jalen's part. Couldn't quite decide whether he would return it or not.
He held both arms out, and I think everybody on the return team thought that he was just going to kneel it. He basically was giving himself up. Instead, he caught it and brought it out, anxious about getting the ball in his hands, but poor starting field position for Alabama.
Trying to make a play, instead comes up with something negative for the Crimson Tide and getting an earful from head coach Kalen DeBoer. I say an earful, teaching as much as anything else. As Jam Miller is in the backfield. Milroe, who fumbled the last snap, will keep it himself this time on the fake. Miller and gets cut down as he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage. He was running to his right, and Amir Hall, the corner, came in, cut him down after about a half-yard loss.
Well, it was a read option play, but Michigan brought 2 off of the edge. So in essence, there are 2 guys that you're having to read, and it's a no-win situation. The best case is for him to pull it out, have a one-on-one deal. But once again, Jalen Milroe has got to go north and south. When he goes towards the sidelines, he loses yardage.
2nd and 10 now officially for the Crimson Tide from the 15. Brailsford, the center, waiting on the snap count from Milroe. Gets it, delivers it to the quarterback, who slings it out, and it's picked off around the 18-yard line, brought down at the 15. Wesley Walker read that one perfectly, stepped into the passing lane, deflected it to himself, and that is 3 turnovers now on as many possessions for Alabama. The Tide turns it over on downs on their first, and now a fumble and a pick by Milroe, and the Wolverines set up shop inside the Bama red zone once again.
He's trying to go to Rico Scott, and there just wasn't much velocity on that football. Not sure if it's because of the weather or what, but the defender doing a good job getting one hand up, batting the ball up in the air, and it coming right down into his hands. And once again, this defense having to come up big for Alabama. Boy, about as poor of a start as you could imagine.
Wolverines go play action, looking for the end zone. That's going to be broken up on a nice play across the way. They were intended to go to Hogan Hansen, the tight end, but Xavier Mincy, the freshman from Daytona Beach, Florida, was able to step with the passing lane. He almost got the pick right there himself.
Yeah, he did. The ball thrown a little bit quick by Warren to Hogan, and as you mentioned, Mincy, the ball kind of rattled around in his breadbasket, but he was unable to come up with the interception.
So with the rain having stopped at the moment, Jordan Marshall will be in the backfield to the left of Warren, operating from the pistol with 3 wides left. They will hand it off. He'll get stopped at the line, bounces it left, gets a yard, maybe 2 before being driven backwards. They'll give Marshall forward progress before Bray Hubbard stopped him for a gain of about 3.5 or 4.
And we won the point of contact, or initial point of attack. That when this offensive line is not getting much of a push on our front 4, which is critical.
They gave him 4.5 on that play. So 3rd down, and we'll just call it 5. Operating inside the Bama 15-yard line. Warren looking left, fade pattern, catch is made. Was he in bounds? Yes. Touchdown, Frederick Moore, a great grab on the 13-yard throw and catch. They had single coverage on the near side, and it looked like it was pretty good initially for Alabama, but the battle was won by Moore.
Xavier Brown was hooked up, one-on-one coverage, and he was right in his grills. Great coverage to the inside. But that back shoulder throw, near impossible to stop when thrown on time. And as you mentioned, Frederick Moore going up, adjusting to the ball, and able to get 1 foot in.
Well, we have seen a lot of Dominic Zavada, the place kicker. Unfortunately, this is on an extra point try rather than a field goal, as we've got 4:15 still to go in the first quarter, and it's a 12-0 score. Trying to get it to 13-0 if they can boot the extra point through. Snap is a tad high, but the spot's down. The kick is up and good. 3 turnovers to start the game by Alabama. Give it up on downs. Fumble a direct snap to the quarterback in the pistol formation that just went through his hands. And then Jalen Milroe also throws a pick. Terrible start for him. He's out early before the kickoff, trying to get some throws in and probably getting himself as mentally right as he needs anything else.
Look, you find yourself in the exact same position that you did at Oklahoma. A game where you did not respond. You had everything to play for, and you played a horrible game. You're in the exact same spot. Fortunately here, it's the first quarter still. You have an opportunity to bounce back. Plenty of time, but you have to gain your composure, play within yourself, not force things, and make some plays.
Mbakwe will watch this one sail over his head. It goes into the end zone, out the back of it for its touchback. And the Tide will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25. A little shell shock, but as we're seeing just the thinnest sliver of sunlight trying to poke through a cloudy Tampa sky, hopefully Alabama's offense will start to appear again.
Well, we need to see some Jam Miller right here in this offensive line, trying to hit Michigan inside and outside, but keep the ball on the ground for a possession or so.
Oots and Dupree, the tight ends to the left side. Jam Miller will go in motion and leave an empty backfield for Milroe. Pressure coming from the backside. He goes down. The ball comes loose. It's picked up by Michigan. They'll recover it at the 5. And wow, a 4th turnover.
Moving on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. 1st down, Michigan.
Cameron Brandt is the man who fell on the football. It looked like Alabama was going to try to take a deep shot, and as Milroe was getting ready to tuck it, he had the ball stripped from behind on a great play defensively by Amir Hall, the corner. And good night. They are at the Alabama 6-yard line. 1st and goal.
I'm just surprised that you don't run the ball a time or two right there. Try to pick up a 1st down.
abysmal start for Alabama. 4 possessions, 4 turnovers.
A fumble recovered by the defense is under further review.
They're going to review it, but I'll be shocked if they don't stay with the call.
Yeah, I don't know that he was going to throw the football. I understand them wanting to look at it, but the play just took so long to develop. And as you mentioned, the edge pressure. Right now, Michigan's not scared of the running attack at all. I'm curious what Damian sees. I mean, being a defensive lineman right now, has Alabama shown anything that would have you concerned?
No, I mean, the elements, unfortunately affected those guys earlier, but we playing on the same field, so we can't make too many excuses for our football team. We got to capitalize on the same things. They got to handle the football in this weather. We do also. But I will, suggest getting the ball out of his hand a little earlier, maybe going to a few wildcat sets and things like that, because he's having a tough time under these conditions holding the ball. And then to have him looking down the field for that extended period of time, understanding that your offensive line struggle to block defensive linemen to begin with, let alone these elements, that's tough. So just taking all of that into consideration, we definitely got to get a little more conservative with the calls, maybe put the ball, give somebody else first touch, maybe a few running backs just with, some snaps directly to the running back to run the ball and just get the offense moving.
Still reviewing this one. Man, I tell you what.
It's a lot closer than we thought.
It is. When they slow it down, you can make the argument that his hand's going forward, because I hope that that's what they go with. We need a break.
The defender had his hand on the ball when Jalen Milroe was cocking to throw, and yet he still Jalen Milroe maintained possession as the ball was going forward.
On the field stands. It is a first down, Michigan.
Yeah. Can't argue with that. Again, when you watch it live and then you see the replay, I mean, you got to work really hard to make the argument that he was going forward with it. So 4 possessions, 4 turnovers, 1 on downs, 2 on fumbles, and a pick. Benjamin Hall now in the backfield behind the quarterback. Davis Warren operating from the pistol formation. They'll bring a receiver in motion to the right side. They'll hand it off right up the gut, and there's very little running room. D Square, what do you see?
Hey, man, despite some of the things that happen, if the defense can find a way to get these guys off the field with no points and, hopefully just 3 points, then, like I said, it's a lot of things that has not went our way in this game. But, I mean, if the defense can do that right now, I would say that they're trending in the right direction. You just got to find a way to put this fire out.
And Orji checks in for Michigan, the running quarterback. So look for some sort of option or quarterback keep here on second down.
Alex Orji, who is a junior at 6'3", 235. He is in the pistol. He'll roll to his right. Looks like he wants to throw. Now they're trying to get blockers out there, and he gets forced out of bounds around the 2, maybe back at the 3-yard line, depending on where they choose to spot it. But Quay Russaw, the Wolf, was trying to track him down the whole way.
And it was a one-man route, trying to sneak the tight end on a corner route, but Orji has the option to run the ball if that's not there. That's what he chose to do. He gets it down to about the 2.5 to 3-yard line.
So, 3rd down and goal from the 3. Can the defense come up with another stop? Michigan has 2 first downs. And they're trying to score for a second time as Warren's back in at quarterback, looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket, gets to the 2-yard line and no more. He's going to be knocked down actually back at the 3.5, and it will be 4th and goal for the Wolverines. Tim Smith stepping up to make the big play, and once again, here comes the place kicker, Dominic Zavada, on to try a 3rd field goal in this first quarter, which still has 2.5 minutes remaining. He's made them from 45 and 30 yards, Butch Owens reminds me. And he's also had an extra point trying to make this a 16-0 Michigan advantage. And as bad as that is, good Lord, it could be so much worse. Kick is up. Kick is good. And the Wolverines do have to settle for 3 more. And the Crimson Tide's defensive coordinator, Kane Womack, coming out to encourage his defense, which all in all has done a heck of a job.
Yeah, he should be excited, and that defensive unit should be really proud of what they've been able to do. They've been given the shorthand all this first quarter with short field positions for Michigan, and they have held them to 3 field goals and 1 touchdown.
And if you're Jalen Milroe, it's got to be motivation for you. Your defense is keeping you in this game despite mistakes that he's made, and it's not all on him, but he has put it on the deck twice. He has thrown a pick.
And Coach Sheridan, though, has to take the pressure or take the game off of Jalen Milroe right now, at least for a little bit, until he settles down and gets his confidence back. I don't ask him to make any down-the-field throws right now or even run the ball. I think you need some other guys to step up and make some plays. You're still only down 2 possessions.
Kickoff sails into the end zone for another touchback. Zavada kicking, and you're right. It would be easy to push the panic button. Dear Lord, you turned it over 4 times on 4 possessions, but you are still very much in this game. 2 scores down, 2 touchdowns, and 2 2-point conversions, which means if you score a touchdown here, you're just kicking the extra point and playing football.
And you may see a little change of philosophy here as Gino Vandermark goes in at right guard and Wilkin Formby over at the right tackle position.
That's the heavy run look for Alabama on that offensive front. The snap will go to Milroe. Play action. He is going to run it, and he will find room across the 30 to about the 38-yard line on the quarterback keep right there, and he picks up 8 yards. Brandon Hillman coming up to make the stop for Michigan.
Yeah, Jalen wanted to throw the ball to Jaron Hamilton, and Hamilton was downfield blocking, so still miscommunication, though fortunately Jalen Milroe is able to turn it into a positive.
2nd down and 2 upcoming. Milroe handing it off, going left side is jammed, slips as he picks up maybe a foot, no more than that, but it's going to be 3rd and a couple for Alabama here.
Oh, he had a lane also. He made a hard plant, and his feet just came out from under him. He would have easily gotten the 1st down.
Bama hurries to the line of scrimmage, trips left. The handoff will go to Miller right up the gut. He's got a 1st down, I believe, right to the 35-yard line, which should be enough to move the sticks for only the 2nd 1st down. It's a banked 1st down for the Crimson Tide.
That's huge right there, and that's what you needed. Now take your time. Let's get this thing to the 2nd quarter.
Under a minute to go in the opening quarter of play. A 16-0 Michigan lead, but only 4 points per turnover so far. Bama fortunate that has been the case. Play action, Milroe throwing the screen left side, but slipping and hitting the turf immediately is Ryan Williams after making the grab. Basically just spun his wheels in a wet turf and not able to get forward traction. It's a loss of 1, so 2nd and 11 right here for the Crimson Tide on what may be the last snap of this quarter for Alabama. We'll see what they opt to do. They don't have to snap it if they don't want to here in the 1st quarter. Let's see what Kalen DeBoer opts to do. 10 on the play clock, and Milroe will get the snap. He'll keep it himself. He'll work up the gut, almost back to the original line of scrimmage, but just shy of it. And hallelujah, the 1st quarter is going to come to a close. We're glad this one is done. It's been all Michigan, thanks to a lot of help from Alabama. 16-0 Wolverines with a lead here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Being a Chevron car these days has been quite the adventure. Miami to Seattle, ocean to ocean. I've stopped at so many states and collected so many bumper stickers. Sometimes I feel like a moving passport book. It's just so great what I can do with Chevron with Techron, because it gives me unbeatable mileage and keeps my engine clean. Plus, there are so many Chevrons along the way. Now the only thing I'm worried about is where to go next and where to put all my new bumper stickers. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek Atmore, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek Atmore. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check that your seats aren't in the visitor section first, before buying tickets.
I'm so excited for this game. I can't believe you got us tickets.
Me too. Wait, are we on the wrong side?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
This is going to be a long game.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
And it's time right now for your Alabama Power Scoreboard Update, brought to you by Alabama Power. I'm Brian Hensworth, live in studio. Coming up here in about 2 hours, it's number 15 South Carolina, number 20 Illinois, Citrus Bowl in Orlando. Baylor and LSU will be playing at 2:30 Central Time in the Texas Bowl. Coming up tonight, Ashton Genty and number 3 Boise State take on number 6 Penn State. That will be in the CFP quarterfinal game, Fiesta Bowl, 6:30 tonight. Send you back right now to rainy Raymond James Stadium. Take it away, and Roger.
Thank you so much, Brian. The first quarter recap presented by Knox Pest Control. With over 80 years of experience, Knox Pest Control has been serving the communities of Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and North Florida, offering pest control, wildlife control, and lawn care. Call 877-KNOX-PEST or visit knoxpest.com. Knox knocks them out. Michigan 16, Alabama nothing at the end of the first 15 minutes, and our first quarter today presented by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore sctoyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. Again, it's Alabama trailing Michigan 16-0. We get ready to start the second quarter of play from inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth. Alabama Credit Union, feel good about your money. And on the call as we get ready to begin quarter number 2, here's Chris Stewart.
Roger Hoover, thank you so very much. Tyler Watts, this is one of those that if it were a video game, we just hit reset and start all over again, pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, we would. We would have a long time ago as well, but it did happen, and you got to find a way to keep the ball in your hands right now. Defense has played outstanding. This offense needs to find a way to convert here on 3rd and 11 to start the second quarter.
It's a big one. A punt would be big right now, frankly. Williams, Bernard, and Scott, the trio, split wide to the right side as Bama moves from the right end of the field to the left as we broadcast here inside Raymond James Stadium. Williams goes further right. The other two are in the slide, and we've got movement by Alabama. I think it was Williams who flinched right there. A little miscommunication again, or mistiming.
False start. Number 2.
Yeah.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Also gives you the feeling, if we didn't already think so, that the ball was probably coming in the direction of number 2. Coach DeBoer looking really frustrated right now. Basically the same look. Bama's going to split him wide again, and hopefully we get the timing right. Snap to Milroe. Pressure coming from the edge. He'll step up. He'll look. He'll slip, and he'll go down at the 30-yard line. Man, he just wasn't able to get any traction right there.
You can't cut. You can't cut on a wet surface. You have to slow down a little bit and get a wider base. When your feet get real close together, they're going to come out from under you. But once again, you got to understand the field conditions as well. Make a move to the outside and get north and south once again. If you don't get the first down, you don't get the first down. But not a turnover. We're going to punt the ball away.
That is, again, the highlight of things offensively today for the Crimson Tide. A drive that's ended in a punt after 4 consecutive turnovers. James Burnap will punt this one. It is a beautiful, high, spiraling, booming punt that'll be fair caught at the 20-yard line by Morgan. And that's where the Wolverines will start. It's the first drive Michigan has had today that will start on their end of the field. They have begun every possession, Tyler Watts, inside the Bama 50-yard line. And also, they have started at least actually 3 of their drives inside the Bama 25.
Yeah, and this Alabama defense, this is exactly where you want to be. I think Michigan only has 11 rushing yards so far in the first quarter because of the short fields, but that's what they like to hang their hat on, and now you have an opportunity to force a punt.
2 men in the backfield, one on either side of the quarterback. It's Alex Orji, and they're going to run it right up the middle on first down. Jordan Marshall on that carry, and here comes the starter, Davis Warren, back in. Again, 95% of the time, if Orji is in the game, it's going to be a running play. But they pick up 4 yards on first down, 2nd and 6 upcoming. With Marshall to the right side of Warren. 2 wideouts right, 1 left. O'Leary and Morgan are those receivers. Now they'll come in motion, put 3 that side. They'll swing it out. Catch is made, and picking up about 6 yards on the play was Samaj Morgan, the honorable mention All Big Ten selection on the coaches list. Marion Latham making the stop for the Tide.
Marion Latham's very sluggish getting up. He's going to slowly jog off the field.
Alabama's roster almost completely the walking wounded, which is, again, everybody this time of year. That's not an excuse by any means. It's just a fact. A lot of guys out. A lot of guys playing through injuries. Jamarian Latham being among them, the 5th-year senior. 3rd down and a long 2 yards to go for the Wolverines. They're 2 of 5 on 3rd downs. They'll run it up the gut. They'll get to the 30, and not any more than that. They're going to give him forward progress. Yep, Jahad Campbell was there to make the hit. Also around the play was James Smith, but I think the nose of the football got right to that 30-yard line, which was enough to move the sticks.
Well, Justin Jefferson also in there with Jahad Campbell, and they didn't give an inch after contact was made. But unfortunately, the line to gain was accomplished.
I mean, the nose of that football was on the 30, which is exactly where they had to get. So just the 2nd first down. As Jordan Marshall remains in the game, they've got a fullback offset, really a tight end offset as a fullback, and Orji in at quarterback, and a flag's going to come in. As a hit was delivered after the whistle, but it was a real good job by the officials to get in there and make it clear the play was dead.
False start, offense. All 11 players were not set prior to the ball being snapped. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Finally a mistake for Michigan. Not that they've been perfect in this ball game, but again, not much has been asked of them. Bama with -1 total yardage. Michigan, despite a 16-0 lead, only 53 yards of total offense.
Yeah, it hadn't been a whole lot going on, but scoreboard doesn't indicate the same, yeah.
So 1st and 15, Wolverines. They'll hand it off, trying to bounce it to the edge. And they do with Marshall, and he'll get run out of bounds across the 30, around the 32. Yanze Pierre, the redshirt freshman from Eufaula, Alabama, able to make the stop. 6'3", 240. His former All-American Bowl participant. Pierre, pretty good bloodlines. The cousin of Alabama great Courtney Upshaw. Another Eufaula native, as the Crimson Tide sees now a 2nd and 8 upcoming. The Wolverines after a 7-yard pickup on first down. Marshall in the backfield. They bring a man in motion to the near side, putting 2 that way. They'll throw it to him. Making the catch is Moore, and Moore is going to get to the first down mark. The tackle came from the Tide's free safety on the play in Bray Hubbard, but the 9-yard pickup is enough to move the sticks as Frederick Moore again made the grab and then got enough to get the first down.
Yeah, Damani Jackson on 2 consecutive plays has come up to make the open field tackle and missed or just gotten a hand on him to allow extra yardage.
So 1st and 10, Wolverines. It's their 4th first down of the ball game. 2nd on this drive. They'll run it right up the gut for a couple as Benjamin Hall gets that carry.
first and second down so important for this Alabama defense. You have to set Michigan up in a third and long situation. They milk the play clock down to within 5 seconds on every single snap. They want to limit the number of possessions, especially now that they have a lead.
So second down and 8 upcoming for the Wolverines from their own 44-yard line. Play action. Warren looking, backpedaling, scrambling to his right now. Firing downfield, out of bounds, incomplete. That's a pretty good play, D-Square, that Bama forced him into.
Yeah, that was a great play. We have to find a way to knock these guys off rhythm, man. These guys, keep gaining a few yards every play, like Tyler said, trying to limit the amount of possessions that we get. These guys got some fortunate balls that bounced their way at the beginning of the game. Bama has to find a way to create a negative play to knock them off schedule when they're going in their series.
So from their 44, it'll be 3rd down and 8 with under 10 minutes remaining. 9:45 to go in the first half. 16-0 Michigan taking advantage, even though not maximizing. 4 Alabama turnovers to start the game. Flag came in as the handoff goes to the running back Hall. And nowhere to go for him, but procedure will be the call, and I bet Bama will decline this one and force a punt. That's the signal from Kalen DeBoer.
Illegal formation offense. There were more than 4 players lined up in the